Yeah, but keep in mind that if on Friday morning, well, Friday morning here, if the February employment data come in at minus 300,000, all this turns on its head yet again, right? So, he's reacting to a set of numbers that came in January hotter than expected. But it also speaks to the point, which this whole idea, well, maybe we'll go 50. They never should have dropped to 25, right? And they never should have dropped from 75 to 50, really. Neutral to them is 50 basis points real. We're just getting to zero real. And, they're slowing down on the idea, they were slowing down on the idea that, well, we're hitting the exit ramp, whatever analogy you want to use. But they have no idea where the top rate is, because they have no idea where inflation settles down without a recession.
Stephen.
And at the end of the day, he was asked a lot, but there is no exit from this until he does create a recession, till unemployment goes up. And that's when the Fed rates will stop being hiked.
Stephen, let me jump in then, because I think you made a fantastic point about Friday. And then if we throw in Tuesday's CPI number, there is still quite a lot to play for in terms of which direction this goes, 25 or 50 at this stage. So in terms of how our investing audience needs to think about the period up to the 21st and the 22nd, the path is obviously not clear and is strewn with potential boulders. But until we get those two data points, how should our audience behave around risk assets?
That there's going to be a recession, and the Fed's going to push the point, and they're going to get the unemployment rate to at least 4.5%. And my guess, it probably ends up getting up to as high as 5.5%. Now, this recession, there are a lot of rumblings and things going on underneath, a lot of layoffs in finance and tech, and the housing market's kind of stalled now. And so when you add that all together, and the weak equity market, you're getting an asset crunch, and you're at the beginnings of the potential for a credit crunch in terms of banks pulling back on lending. So either you get a recession mid-year and the top rate is 5.5, or there is enough momentum. The January numbers are right. And the Fed keeps going, and if they do keep going, my guess is the Fed's going to get up to 6.5%. On the funds rate before things really start to slow down and reverse. So in terms of risk assets, it's not a question of whether, it's really a question of when. And the longer this thing goes, the higher the rate has to get to.